Do you find it hard to stick to a budget? You're not alone. Millions struggle with it. Isn't it fascinating that the simple act of planning how to spend your money can bring such a profound change in your life? Budgeting, when done right, can be the key to your financial freedom. It's more than just pinching pennies. It's about understanding your financial health and making informed decisions. So, sit back, relax, and let's unravel the mystery of budgeting together. First things first, what exactly is a budget? It's a word we hear often, but what does it really mean? Simply put, a budget is a plan for your money. It's a financial blueprint that guides you in dividing your income into various categories such as bills, savings, and discretionary spending, which covers your wants and needs. Think of it as your personal financial GPS, helping you navigate your way to your financial goals. It's an essential tool in managing your personal finances, providing you with a clear snapshot of where your money is going and where you might need to pull back. Budgeting is not about depriving yourself of the things you enjoy, but rather about understanding your spending habits and making informed decisions that align with your financial goals. Now that we know what a budget is, let's dive into how to create one. Creating a budget isn't rocket science, it's about understanding your income and expenses. Now let's break down the process of budgeting into manageable steps. First things first, you need to know your income. This includes your salary, any side hustles you may have, and even occasional monetary gifts from grandma. Add up all these sources of income to get a clear picture of how much money you're actually bringing in every month. Next, we move on to tracking your expenses. This is where things can get a bit tricky, but don't worry. Start by listing your fixed expenses. These are costs that don't change much from month to month. We're talking about rent or mortgage, utilities, and any loan repayments. Then we have variable expenses. These are costs that fluctuate, like groceries, entertainment, and personal care. It's a good idea to keep a close eye on these since they can differ significantly from month to month. Now this is where it gets interesting, categorizing your expenses. It's not just about knowing where your money goes, but also understanding your spending habits. Divide your expenses into categories such as housing, transportation, food, healthcare, entertainment, and savings. This will give you a more in-depth insight into your spending patterns. Once you've got a handle on your income and expenses, it's time to set some financial goals. Maybe you're saving for a vacation, or perhaps you're looking to pay off student loans. Whatever your goals might be, they're an essential part of your budget. Financial goals can be short-term, like saving for a new gadget, or long-term, like planning for retirement. It's crucial to have a mix of both in your budget. Remember, these goals should be smart, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Now, the final step, balancing your budget. This is the part where you ensure your income covers your expenses and contributes towards your financial goals. If you find your expenses are higher than your income, it's time to make some adjustments. Look at your categorized expenses and identify areas where you can cut back. Balancing your budget might take a bit of trial and error, and that's perfectly okay. It's all part of the process. It's also important to review and adjust your budget regularly. After all, life changes, and so does our financial situation. Creating a budget is like drawing a roadmap for your financial journey. It helps you navigate through the month without getting lost in a sea of bills and expenses. Remember, a budget is a living, breathing entity. It needs regular nurturing and fine-tuning to align with your financial needs and goals. And voila, you have your budget. But how do you stick to it? Creating a budget is one thing, but sticking to it, that's the real challenge. Now let's talk about why it's so crucial to meet that challenge head-on. Firstly, sticking to a budget helps you avoid debts like a pro. When you know exactly where your money is going, you gain control over your spending. You eliminate unnecessary expenses, making it less likely for you to resort to borrowing or credit cards. Think of it like a roadmap, guiding you away from the treacherous cliffs of debt and into the safe lands of financial stability. Secondly, a budget is your ticket to the future. Well, your financial future, that is. By setting aside a part of your income for savings, you're paving the way for a secure tomorrow. Whether it's for a dream vacation, a new car, or a comfortable retirement, every dollar saved today is a step closer to your goals. And that brings us to the third point, achieving your financial goals. Imagine you're an archer. Your financial goals are your targets and your budget is your bow. Without the bow, hitting the target becomes a game of chance. But with the right budget, you can aim, shoot, and score every single time. Sticking to a budget also grants you peace of mind. Knowing that you have a plan for your money, that you're prepared for unexpected expenses, that you're working towards your dreams, it all contributes to a sense of financial peace. It's like having a safety net always ready to catch you if you stumble. Last but not least, a budget teaches you discipline and responsibility. It's a commitment to yourself, a promise to take care of your financial well-being. It might be tough at first, but like any new habit, it gets easier with time. And before you know it, you'll be a master of your money, not the other way around. The rewards of sticking to a budget are many. Let's see some examples. Budgeting isn't theoretical, it's practical and real. Let's look at some examples. Meet Laura, a single mom with 2 kids living in the heart of New York City. 5 years ago, Laura was living paycheck to paycheck, struggling to make ends meet. She decided to take control of her finances and started budgeting. By setting clear goals, tracking her income and expenses, and making some tough choices, Laura managed to pay off her debt in 3 years. Today, she has saved enough to buy a house in the suburbs, providing a secure future for her children. Then there's Mike, a fresh college graduate with a mountain of student loans. Overwhelmed by the debt, Mike thought he'd never be able to pay it off. But he took the bull by the horns and created a strict budget. He cut down on unnecessary expenses, started a side hustle, and prioritized his loan repayments. Fast forward 4 years, and Mike is completely debt-free and has started investing in his retirement. Our third example is of Anna and John, a middle-aged couple with a comfortable lifestyle but no savings. They realized they needed to start planning for their retirement, so they started budgeting, identifying areas where they could cut back and putting that money into their retirement fund. It wasn't easy, especially when it came to cutting back on vacations and dining out, but their discipline paid off. In 10 years, they've managed to build a nest egg that ensures they can retire comfortably and maintain their lifestyle. Not to forget Sam, a small business owner who was struggling to keep his venture afloat. With a fluctuating income, Sam found it hard to manage his finances. He decided to implement a budget for both his personal and business finances. By doing so, he was able to identify areas where he was overspending, cut costs, and increase his profits. Today, his business is thriving, and he's even considering expansion. Lastly, consider Lily, a young professional who loves to shop. She had a habit of impulse buying and often found herself short of money at the end of the month. Lily decided to turn things around by creating a budget. She started by tracking her expenses and setting a limit on her discretionary spending. This helped her control her shopping habits and save more. Now, she not only has a healthy emergency fund, but is also able to afford the things she truly values without feeling guilty. These examples show that anyone can achieve financial freedom with proper budgeting. But what if you encounter hurdles? Budgeting is a journey, and like any journey, there can be bumps along the way. But fear not, for every challenge presents an opportunity for growth and learning. Let's delve into some common budgeting hurdles and discover how to leap over them with grace and ease. One of the most frequent stumbling blocks on the budgeting path is setting unrealistic expectations. We often overestimate our ability to cut costs or underestimate our expenses, leading to a budget that's simply unachievable. The solution? Make your budget realistic. If you're a coffee aficionado who enjoys a daily latte, don't try to cut out this expense entirely. Instead, consider brewing your coffee at home or finding a less expensive alternative. Remember, a budget is not about deprivation, it's about making conscious decisions on where your money goes. Another common challenge is sticking to a static budget. Life is dynamic, and so should be your budget. It's not a set it and forget it deal, it's a living, breathing entity that needs regular reviewing and adjusting. Did you receive a pay raise? Great. Time to reassess your savings goals. Did your car insurance premium go up? Time to adjust your monthly expenses. Regularly reviewing and tweaking your budget not only ensures it aligns with your current circumstances, but also keeps you engaged in your financial journey. Now let's talk about the challenge of tracking expenses. It's easy to lose sight of where your money is going, especially with the convenience of cashless payments. The solution? Use budgeting tools. Many free and user-friendly apps are available that can categorize your expenses, track your spending, and even send you alerts when you're nearing your budget limit. Leveraging technology can simplify the budgeting process and make it more manageable. Lastly, remember that budgeting is a habit. It takes time and consistent effort to cultivate. So, if you find yourself straying from your budget, don't beat yourself up. Instead, recognize it as a part of the learning process. Adjust your plan and keep moving forward. After all, it's not about perfection, it's about progress. Overcoming these hurdles can make your budgeting journey smoother. Remember, budgeting is a habit. It's like brushing your teeth or making your bed. It might be hard to start, but once it becomes a part of your routine, it'll feel as natural as breathing. And the reward? A life of financial freedom and peace of mind. Now, isn't that worth the effort? So, there you have it. A simple guide to creating and sticking to a budget. We've walked through the journey together, from understanding what a budget is to the steps of creating one. We've underscored the importance of sticking to a budget and tackled some of the challenges that may come up along the way. Remember, budgeting is not about restricting your freedom. Rather, it's about making informed decisions that align with your financial goals. We took a deep dive into real-life examples of successful budgeting. These stories are not anomalies. They're the result of consistent effort and a commitment to financial discipline. They serve as proof that budgeting works, and it can work for you too. These individuals started from different financial positions, just like you, but they all had one thing in common: a desire to take control of their finances. Budgeting isn't a one-time task. It's a habit, a lifestyle change. It's about making conscious decisions every day that add up over time. It's about setting goals, tracking progress, and celebrating the small victories along the way. We've also explored some of the challenges that come with budgeting, but remember, every challenge is an opportunity for growth. When you encounter a hurdle, don't be discouraged. Instead, use it as a chance to reassess your plan, make adjustments, and move forward with greater determination. The benefits of budgeting are manifold. It's not just about saving money or avoiding debt, although those are significant advantages. It's also about gaining a sense of control and reducing financial stress. It's about making your money work for you, not the other way around. So what's stopping you? Take the first step today. Start with a simple budget, track your income and expenses, and adjust as you go along. Remember, it's a journey, not a sprint. Take control of your finances today and watch your life change for the better. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more helpful videos. Until next time, happy budgeting.